As far as road schedule in Mexico, what was that like as far as shows, and what was the daily routine for you in Mexico?
Man, well, once I got going, you know, when I was first in Mexico, I'd wrestled maybe 3-4 times, you know, and then later I got more,
Right.
5 times, 6 times, all over the road. You know, basically almost like this, just here it's a lot of flying.
Right.
Over there, a lot of bus.
Right. Right.
You know, when it really got heavy for me, not heavy, just real busy. I mean, I loved what I was doing. I was very happy when I was doing Japan and Mexico, because I'd be in a tour in Japan, and then I'd come home maybe a day or two and then shoot off to Mexico, you know, because I was living in El Paso, Texas, so it was just boom. If I wasn't in Mexico, I was in Japan.
That was one of my next questions. How did New Japan first contact you, and was it easy to negotiate a deal with them?
Well, the way they did was Negro Casas was going over there.
Right.
And he, Black Cat, you know Black Cat?
Yeah.
He, they were looking for somebody for the junior tournament, and Negro Casas recommended me. And that's how my door opened over there. You know, and then they called me, and I went, and from there, you know, the rest is history.
What are your memories of going to Japan for the very first time, and how different was the style compared to what you were used to working?
Well, my brother Chavo and my brother scared the heck out of me. They said, man, you better get in shape and you better do this and that. So I was running about 3 miles a day in the desert. You know, not even the road, in the desert, through the dunes and stuff. And working out every day like a madman, you know, in the weights. And then I'd go to the ring, you know. So I got in shape, and then working too. So I was doing all that. And I was prepared. So my memory of Japan, first memories I got of Japan is meeting Chris Benoit, which is, he's like a brother to me now. He knocked me out in our first match together with an enziguri kick. But those are my memories. Meeting Fit Finley, which is another great person, a good friend of mine. Just the people that I met there, Black Cat, you know, those are people, Masao Hattori, Masa Saito, you know, people that have been good to me.
Was it hard to get in the ring with some of the New Japan guys and work in that style?
You know, me and Kanemoto, we have a chemistry, I guess. It wasn't hard getting in with him, you know. I don't know why I had good chemistry with him and Otani. It was harder with the other boys, you know, because over there they just want to kill you.
Right, right.
Kill Gaijin.
What did New Japan think of you after your first tour? Do you think they were happy? I mean,
well, I guess they hadn't seen the jump to the third rope and jump out of the ring and stuff, and drop kicks and stuff, you know, from the middle of the rope. And I went in with that, so I had that to offer,
right,
at least, because I was a lot thinner too when I went the first time, a lot lighter. I guess they were impressed with that, and then when I started going back, you know, I gained some weight and put on weight, and I was able to work with their boys and their style. You know, I adapted to their style.
Now, I believe it was around 1994. I guess you were in the New Japan Super Juniors tournament.
Mm-hmm.
As yourself, actually. Yeah, I don't think you were anything.
Not Black Tiger yet.
Right. How was that tournament? What are your memories of that tournament?
The memories of that tournament were that me, Dean, Chris, Fit Finley, and Tuco Scorpio, and X-Pop.
Yeah.
We went out every night of that tour. And that's a harsh tour because you're wrestling singles every night, going 15, 20 minutes at least, you know, and beating each other up. And we were out every night, so it was like training on both ends. And then we'd still get up and go work out in the morning. I don't know how we did it, but I guess we were a lot younger then. But that's my memory. It was a good tour. It was a fun tour.
All right.
Yeah.
You went back to New Japan and you wrestled as the Black Tiger. You did the Black Tiger gimmick. Who came up with that gimmick?
Well, at that time, they were having Kanemoto do the tiger mask.
Right.
And they just wanted to bring back some of his old rivals. So I wasn't supposed to be the original, the other Black Tiger. They wanted Fit Finley to do it. But I think he refused because of his obligations up in Germany at that time. So they offered it to me, and I said yes.
Now, did you mind wrestling with the mask in Japan, or did you want to wrestle as Eddie Guerrero?
Hey, I just want to work.
Right.
I just want to work. You gotta understand, before that in Japan, about a year and a half before, I'd been blackballed out of Mexico for about close to a year.
What was that?
So I was, at that time before I went to Japan, that's what opened the doors up. God opened it up through that.
How did you get blackballed in Mexico?
And Juan Herrera, the booker at that time, me and Jim just couldn't. I don't know. He just didn't like me, and I just couldn't get along with him.
Right.
And I asked permission to come home, go back to El Paso for the holidays, and he said, yeah. I called back to get my dates to go back, and 1 month turned into 2, 2 months into 3, and then I kind of got the picture that I wasn't going back.
Memories of working with Jushin Liger.
Awesome. Awesome. A dream come true. A dream come true. Hell of a worker, total business, has a great heart, and he works for the match, not for himself. And
What was he like outside
he
the-
taught me a lot. With his character, that taught me a lot. He works for the match, not for himself.
Right.
It's a big difference.
Outside the ring, what is he like?
Gentle, funny,
Right.
very funny character. Funny and gentle.
And I believe you also teamed with great Sasuke.
Yeah,
in, 94.
I teamed with him. I also wrestled against.
Right.
Oh, that's right. We teamed
That tag tournament.
that tag tournament. That's right. Phenomenal athlete, and also very humble and he worked for the match. It was easy with him because he can do all that stuff. He's just why don't you do one of these things here? Yeah, the flip thing. Yeah.
Now today in wrestling, everybody still talks about the very first J Cup. It's probably one of the greatest wrestling tournaments of all time, and you were involved with the very first J Cup for New Japan. What was that like?
It was neat. Oh God. It was very neat. You're talking about that one-day tournament, right?
Was
Or-
it
Super J
yeah,
Cup.
Super J
Super
Cup.
J. Is that one-day
Yeah.
tournament?
Yeah, the one that Benoit won.
Yeah, it was really exciting because they sold out the Sumo Palace like in a day or 2 days or something like that, and with nothing but junior heavyweights. That was a big breaking point for the junior heavyweight division for us, because we were showing them, hey guys, we can draw too. It's not just the big guys.
Right.
And the style, the hard work, all the hard work that all the junior guys put into it, Chris, Dean, Liger, God man, he worked his ass off for that junior belt, and to bring back the junior division back to what it was, and the other people like Sasuke and other wrestlers that I'm probably gonna forget that did a great deal for the junior, like, that was a big day for all the junior heavyweights.
Right. Now in Japan, who did you like to work with the most and why? Like what guy stood out that you were like, oh wow, I'll work with him?
As far as Japanese talent,
Yeah, Japanese talent.
Liger.
Liger.
Liger is the ultimate professional.
What made you finally decide to use the frog splash?
See, the frog splash, Art stole that from me. I was doing that way before Art got hold of it.
Right.
I got that from he was a wrestler in La Fiera. His name was La Fiera in Mexico.
Right.
Hell of a talent, hell of a wrestler. I got that from him. He did it one time, but in a different way. Probably the most beautiful one I've ever seen. Him and Rob Van Dam probably do the best ones. As far as pretty and height and all
Right.
that. I just took it and adapted it to my style. That's what I did. Art got it, and he used to do it with the legs out, and he looked like actually a frog in the air. That's how they got the name, the Frog Splash, and it was Too Cold Scorpio that came out with that name. Because it was originally the Jackknife Splash. And Too Cold started naming it that, and it caught on.